Let's go, fellas. Let's build a little bit more swagger. We want to exercise at the right tempo, and we want to have good time under tension. I'll explain this one. Whenever you see tempo, you might not see it very often, but I want to explain how this is going to benefit you, how it's going to shed weight, and add some serious gains. So we have four parts of a movement, of a repetition. The movement on the way down, the pause at the bottom, the movement on the way up, and the pause at the top. Eccentric is the technical term for downward movement. Concentric is the technical term for upward movement. So something as simple as a bicep curl. 1 second up, pause at the top for a second, 3 seconds down, and one pause at the bottom, and you just alternate through. So the bicep curl, where I start at the bottom, that's this one here because I'm moving upward as the first part of the movement. So tempo is always written with the downward movement first. Doesn't matter what exercise. If you're doing a squat where you start at the top and start with a downward movement, that's when it seems a little easier to understand. But the first number is always the downward movement. So how do you shed weight and add gains on this one? So let's talk about adding gains first, because the shedding weight comes pretty easy after that. So to add your gains, you want to have a good mind to muscle connection. If we're doing a lateral raise to start, 1 second up, 1 second hold, 3 seconds down. This mind to muscle connection on the movement on the way down is incredible. So in this tempo for this exercise, my mind to muscle connection is very strong and I'm firing my muscle fibers like crazy. Again, if you see guys in the gym doing this, they're like a bird flying away, or at least attempting to be one. I don't know what they're doing. There's not as much time under tension. There's not very good tempo. They're going to get 10 reps done in like 15 seconds or less. That is not going to add gains. Having the right mind to muscle connection, really focusing on your shoulders moving in a lateral raise, that is where you are going to add gains. So make sure in these, we have the right tempo for the exercise. Nice and slow on the way down. That is where you build your gains. The movement on the way down, that's the easier part of the movement. Don't sleep on this one, man. That is where you're going to build the most size, build the most gains in that part of the movement. Even though it's hard on the way up, focus on the way down, get that mind to muscle connection going, and you're going to add some serious gains. Now the time under tension, that is another part. What I mentioned before, the guys in the gym going like this, swinging the weights, using momentum. There's no momentum. Don't let the weight control you, meaning like pull you down. You want to control the weight as much as possible. You're in control. Don't let the weight control you. So time under tension, you can imagine on this one, 3 + 1 + 1 + 1, that is 6 seconds. It'll take you 60 seconds to do 10 reps. So in this case, 60 seconds time under tension, your muscle will be fired up. Time under tension is amazing. On an ongoing basis, most exercises, you'll have 30 seconds time under tension, or 40 or 60 seconds. We want to make sure the muscle's burning. We don't want to look at a workout program and say, oh, 3 sets of 12 reps, perfect, no problem. I'll just do my 12 reps in about 15 seconds. You're not going to get the benefit as somebody that's doing this amount of weight here, or this amount of tempo. When it comes to the weight, you do want to pick a weight that is going to suit the right tempo for your particular situation. So if you're doing 3 sets of 12 reps, if the weight that you're using, you can only do it if you get the set over and done with. If you do the 12 reps in 15 seconds and that's all you can handle, the weight is too heavy. So you need to use a lighter weight. If you can do much more than 12 reps and you're going pretty slow tempo, then you'll probably need a heavier weight. So that's how the weight that you're using is applied to the type of tempo and the required sets and reps. You want to make sure you do have the right weight, and sometimes if you have slow tempo and you only have a certain type of weight, you're doing more repetitions, you have to do what you have to do. So slow tempo, don't speed it up too much, control the movement, don't let the weight control you. Nice and easy, long time under tension, and you'll get that mind to muscle connection and really make it burn. So when it comes to building muscle, adding those gains, having more muscle increases your metabolism and makes the shedding weight a lot easier. So we want to shed the weight, add the gains, having the right tempo and a good length of time under tension, and you're going to get the result. So hit the video down below. I'll describe in a better video, longer video. Sorry, not longer, but it just puts it into practical action so you can understand tempo and time under tension a little bit further.